It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now listen, man, I know everyone is excited about Benavidez, Andrade. They're excited about, Bam versus Sonny. They're excited for all these kind of fights, right? But I'll be honest with you guys. The fight that I'm most gassed about and I'm most excited about in boxing, and I'm going to hype it up because I feel like, a lot of people aren't going to talk about it. It's gonna go by the wayside unless good old True School talk about it. I want to talk about them two gentlemen right there. You're right. Otabek Kholmatov, Raymond, as he calls himself, Bruce Leroy Ford. All right, Raymond Ford, Ray Savage Ford. Uzbekistan versus Camden, New Jersey. They're going to fight for the WBA vacant title, featherweight title. It's a really interesting fight for the featherweight division. And I'm going to get to that in a second because the WBA did order it, but I wanted to address something in this video. Now, I recently tweeted on Twitter or X, whatever they call it now, that I think on a thread, they asked, who do you think will win between Raymond Ford or Otabek Kholmatov? And I said, my exact words were, Otabek Kholmatov is going to smoke Raymond Ford. That's what I believe, It doesn't mean I don't think Raymond Ford's a good fighter. It doesn't mean I don't think he can win the fight. He can win the fight. He's a good fighter. He brings some things to the table, but he's going to have to be better than what he's shown. And based on what I've seen, which is all I can go off of from both men, the fighter that I believe will be victorious on the night is Otabek Kholmatov. Now, Raymond Ford beats the brakes off of him and if he exposes, Otabek Kholmatov, then he's gonna get his just due. I'm gonna gas the shit out of Raymond Ford if he does because I think Otabek is better than him. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to it as a working class American citizen, right? Now, with that being said, and with that being firmly established here on True School Sports, the WBA has ordered the fight, and now it's getting ever so close. There's been rumors circulating about the fight that supposedly the fight is, if it does take place, they're looking at January. That's from what I've heard, from what I've been reading. January is the day. January, I think 13th is the date they're looking at on the undercard of Dmitry Bivol's next card. Now, Bivol, and I'll do a separate video on this later, but Bivol isn't going to fight anybody too high profile. Apparently, some of the names are like Hot Rod, Kalazic, Ahmed El Biali's name I think was in there. There's some interesting opponents, but nobody like big name. He's not fighting Beterbiev, right? So I know most boxing fans don't care about who he's fighting, but it'll be on that undercard. And I'll tell you this, if this fight's on that undercard, they're talking about it's going to be in Las Vegas. If it's in Vegas or if it's just anywhere in the USA, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. And I'll say this to Raymond Ford, and I'll even tell him this on social media. Listen, if he wants to come on, because I'm gonna do my interview with Otabek. I'm gonna hit up Otabek and Timur Bagwan. I'm really soon to try to get him on the channel real soon. But listen, this is an open platform. If Raymond Ford want to come on here and speak his piece and help build the fight up, you can definitely come on True School. Because I am excited about the fight. I think there are some paths to victory for Raymond Ford to win the fight. I question that gas tank. I question the gas tank of him, and I don't think he's gonna hurt Otabek early. So that's why I think he's gonna. That's one of the reasons I think he's gonna lose. But it's a good fight, and he's a live dog. And we're getting closer and closer. So listen, if it's on the Bivol undercard, it's the real main event to me. Let's talk about both fighters for a second. Raymond Ford, and I want Raymond Ford to understand this too. Raymond Ford says that I be dick riding Otabek Kholmatov, right? That's his opinion. But what Raymond Ford probably doesn't realize is I've made videos about him since his pro debut. I made a video about his pro debut. Even one of his, I think his aunt or one of his cousins commented on the video talking about, thank you for talking good about Raymond. And mind you, in his pro debut, Raymond Ford did not stop his opponent. If I wanted to nitpick and be an ass, I could have said Raymond Ford didn't stop a guy in his pro debut. He's not good. I could have did that. I didn't do that. I talked positive about him because I think he's a good fighter, right? So it's not about dick riding. Let's get that firmly established. But Raymond Ford, he was one of Eddie. He has a chance to be Eddie Hearn's first fighter. For those of you who may or may not remember, when Eddie Hearn ventured here to the USA, he signed a whole crop of rising American talent. Guys like Mark Castro, Diego Pacheco, Nikita Abibi, Arthur Jones III, and he was part of that class. Emma Williams, Now, some of those guys I mentioned, like Otha Jones III and Nikita Abibi, they've lost, and they haven't necessarily, you know, done great in the pros. Otha Jones III as well. Some guys like Diego Pacheco and Emma Williams, they're high-level contenders, but they haven't had the chance to fight for the world title. He has a chance to be Eddie Hearn's first Matchroom USA world champion. So it's a great opportunity for the kid from Camden. He's got a chance to really make his name in the featherweight division, and help push his career and his family's career forward, because that's what this is about. And on the other side, we got Otabek Kholmatov, a guy that, if we could be unbiased here for a second, he doesn't have the resume of Raymond Ford. He hasn't fought the guys like Edward Vasquez and Aaron Perez or those kind of guys. The only two decent guys he fought were Thomas Ward and the Andres Gregorian guy who took him the distance. Everyone else, Dominican Republic, they padded his shit up real nice. But listen, he don't got the big promoter behind him. He ain't getting the TV money funneled his way. So they had to make do what they had. They did what they needed to do to build his record up. But ask anybody who's been in the boxing ring with him. Guy's a top fighter. He was I believe he medaled in like the AIBAs, or what was it? What did he medal in? I want to have my facts right? Because I don't want to just say he had a good amateur background and be vague. I want to be exact. I want to be specific, because I know Raymond Ford was a national Golden Gloves champion. Raymond Ford did his thing in the amateurs. That's actually what got him signed to Eddie Hearn and the fine folks at Matchroom. Eddie, slid in the DMs, and he went ahead. He went ahead and signed with Eddie Hearn just via Instagram. But what did he win in the amateurs? I know he won like a silver medal or something like that in like one of these Asian games. I mean, he's renowned. He's very renowned amateur fighter. Yeah, so Otabek actually, he got a bronze medal in the 2016 AIBA Youth World Championships. So if you guys know what the AIBA World Championships is, they had the Youth World Championships for younger fighters. He wound up losing to the eventual gold medal winner, Hayato Tsutsumi, who's a featherweight prospect in his own right. And he's a very good boxer. Some people say he's the most technical, pure boxer coming out of Japan. And I want to see Otabek and him fight in the ranks. And maybe Raymond Ford might have to fight him in the ranks later on. But that's who he lost to. There's no shame in that. But he's, he wasn't an amateur for a long time. He had like, 7 or 8 fights in this first year as a pro. So he hasn't even been professional that long. Because I remember when seeing him at Warriors Gym, I remember there was a period of time where he wasn't even in America training at the gym. And then he came, like, I think later on, and then he's just getting fights over and over again, right? So both men with good amateur background, both men with something to offer to the featherweight division, both men who have had different but tough roads to get to this point. And I think it's going to be a really great fight for the featherweight division. And I'm excited about it. And you know what? I want to build it up. I want to help build it up. So, again, I'm gonna reach out to Otabek and Timur Bragimov soon to get him on here. I'm going to reach out to Raymond Ford soon. Raymond Ford may not want to come on here. You may feel some type of way about coming on here. But I'll be fair with him. I'll give him his interview, and I'll ask him some good questions, But, yeah, the WBA has ordered the fight. We are getting ever so close to Otabek Kholmatov versus Raymond Ford. I've been talking about this damn fight since before, like, Lee Wood even vacated the belt. Like, I think the first time I mentioned this fight was, like, June. So, I've already kind of been covering this fight for months on end now. So, might as well just, continue it, go forward. But nonetheless, let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about Otabek Kholmatov versus Raymond Ford? The WBA has ordered the fight. They're talking about it potentially being on the next Dmitry Bivol undercard. So make it that what you will. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just kidding doing it. So until next time, take your eyes. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. We're here at the Hatanaka Boxing Gym in Nagoya, Japan. And for more great videos just like this one, make sure you guys click right here.